So today I bring you another eBay unboxing. So let's see what's inside here. So this is a Victorian pocket watch chain. Yeah, I'm wearing my Victorian style gloves. So this is like a pocket watch chain from about 1870 to about 1890. And it's not made out of rope. Yeah, you're seeing actually human hair. And what this was actually when somebody passed away in the Victorian era, this was really all the rage. People would cut their loved ones' locks off their head and actually send their hair, their loved one's hair, into like jewelry stores or mail order catalogs that actually specifically made designs and jewelry out of human hair. And this actually was also known as Memento Mori. And it basically means like, remember your mortality. Remember me, remember that I'm not immortal. And that actually was a thing that started sometime in the Middle Ages, I believe, like the 1500s, 1600s, where they started to make hair jewelry. But it really, really took off during the Victorian era when Queen Elizabeth was, was it Queen Elizabeth? I'm having like a brain fart right now. Whatever Queen... Oh, no. Queen Victoria. All right. Sorry. Oh, my God. I had a senior moment. And I'm in my 40s. That's scary. So, yeah, Queen Victoria, when she lost her beloved husband, Albert, she pretty much began like a mourning craze. And ladies started to follow everything she did. So she wore all black. That's when that became popular. And she also... wore mourning jewelry, like jewelry that was specifically for mourning. And that's when the fashion took real like hold. I believe, when did he die? I think sometime in the 1870s or the 1880s. I had to look it up on Google, but nonetheless, this is really, really unique. And look at that. So whoever this person was, it appears that their hair may have been dyed. And back then they did have hair dye. It wasn't as good as today's hair dye, but you can see like some discoloring along the hair. But look at that weave. That weave is amazing. And so a gentleman would attach, or a lady, could wear a pocket watch too back then, but they would take the pocket watch and attach this loop part to the pocket watch, and then the other end would go in the buttonhole, I believe. Now, I'm not an expert on pocket watches or pocket watch chains, but I believe this went inside the buttonhole or something, and the watch, I think, was attached to one of these loops, and then it would like be coiled up and hanging from a gentleman's vest pocket or a lady's waist, and it would hang down or dangle. Now, a lot of people, like, these things are actually not cheap. When you find these old hairpiece mourning jewelry from the Victorian era, it's very hard to actually get it for cheap, because a lot of people like collect these morbid type of things, especially anything from the Victorian era. And so what happens is that when I look for it, I try to find a bargain. Now, I don't want to pay $100, $200, or $300 or $400, which generally what these pieces sell for. And so I have to get creative with the searches on eBay to try to find pieces like this. So a lot of people that don't know about this stuff describe it incorrectly and think it's rope. And so to find pieces like this for cheap are very hard, but they're out there. And I work really hard to find pieces like this. I think I got this piece for like $20 or $25. Easily, something like this generally sells for $150 to $300, I notice, on the internet. Especially one that's this long. This is a pretty long one. A lot of them come very short, much shorter than this, probably between 5 to 8 inches long. And then sometimes you can find them about 12 inches long. A lot of people also think these are necklaces. So when I search for them, I have to look up like necklace or, just to find pieces like this. And wow, just wow, look at that. Very interestingly, the Sears catalog also had pages in there with different designs, and you could also mail locks of hair into the Sears company. Sears and Roebuck company, and for a price they would make different designs for you that you chose from out of the book. And these things weren't cheap. They were a couple of dollars to actually have a craftsman or a craftswoman make these pieces. Ladies generally made these. They would sit at a table with a loom, and they had weaving tables, and they had like these wooden blocks with like almost like nail-like pieces sticking out, and they would just weave the hair around these pieces, and it took hours to make pieces like this. Look at that. Look at the intricate pattern going around this piece. Now this has 3 strands, which generally you only see 1 strand of hair that's weaved, and it'll have like a metal piece generally that's attached to with a clip on the end that's made out of metal, or a toggle piece. And so you generally don't see the ones that are not with the metal pieces, that are just strictly hair. So I thought you guys would find that fascinating. Once again, thanks for watching. If you like what you see, hit the thumbs up and subscribe.